My growth story would have been nothing if I had not picked up a self-help book. I will give you the gist. Welcome back to my growth story unscripted. Alright, this is unfiltered, it is unscripted. So, as always, we flow with the vibe, we flow with the message, we flow with the story. Until 2021, 2022, I was just a little girl with big dreams. I always envisioned how I will become this person, how I'll become this kind of person, how I will do this, how I will do that. But trust me, nothing was changing. I was not even anywhere close. There was not even any movement. There was no any step towards anything. I was at the lowest base. My confidence level, zero. My financial life, zero. My spiritual life, just the basic. It was not even deep then. My well, it was not as pure as it is now. It was still deep on the religious level, but not on the spiritual level. My relationship life, not like I was ever been in a relationship, but I realized I had anxious attachments. I was attracting toxic people here and there. I was a full-time pick-me girl. That's the word. I was a full-time pick-me girl. A lot of things were not going right. And I was trying my hands at a lot of things, trying to put in for essay contest, public speaking contest, school stuff, extracurricular stuff that were still like kind of academic related, like essays, public speaking contest, trying to put in for this contest, that contest. That was the only extra thing I was doing. I was also trying to lay my hands on taking writing gigs. Nothing was working. I was just writing essay. Like if I could go back now and check all I've written, I was writing rubbish, to be candid. There was no way they would have picked me. Truth be told, there was no way they would have picked me. And public speaking too. I got better at speech writing, but speech delivery, the main deal, I was terrible. So there was not even hope for me anywhere. Everything was just failure, 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 failure. Until I just I just I just told myself, you know what? Let's get our hands on making this money. All this public speaking thing, essay contest, all of these things, they were not working out. Even because I'm talking about it now, it is now like something casual. It was more terrible than I'm saying it right now. It was even more terrible than I'm saying. It got to me. Like it really got to me. Then at a point I was just like, all these things were not working. And I started laying my hands on making money. I tried copywriting. I tried writing gig. I tried what did I not even try. I could not make one naira like this. I could not make shit. I could not make a penny. And one thing I just realized is consistency is key. Consistency is very key. If you're trying something, you have to give it time for it to yield. Then I was just trying to look for something that would just make me fast money, fast money. You know, I tried doing WhatsApp influencing. I tried it for a time, reaching out to small brands that okay, I could do. I have this number of contacts. I could help you promote your brand. I tried doing copywriting services for people for free so that at least I could learn and take gigs. I tried opening Fiverr accounts, Upwork accounts, all of those things. None of it was working. But thinking about it now I just realized if I had picked one of those things, if I had picked single thing and I mastered it very well and I gave all of my time to it and I built on it, it would have yielded something for me. But I was just looking for something that would just turn to money fast. But at the same time, I have no single regret. because all of those years have used me to where I am today. So don't let me divert yet. So until 2021, 2022, I was just that girl that was just trying to lay hands on extracurricular activities, at least at school. Try to make wave with public speaking, essay writing, and all of those stuff, but none of it was working. Then I started trying to lay my hands on making money, and all the side hustles I was trying to lay my hands on were not working. So I could not even make a dime. I could not make a dime. Then the first book I would ever I have always been a lover of book. I have always been a lover of literature. I love reading books right from when I was in primary school. But all those fiction, all those prose and poetry, those are the kind of books I used to read. Life even got messy at some point that I lost interest in reading, despite the fact that I was literature fanatic. Yeah, let me just put it that way. At a point, I lost interest in reading books. Then, when I got back to picking up books, the first book I will pick up was a non-fiction, and that was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That book was life-changing. I picked it up because, yeah, the thing is, I even started watching videos on YouTube. That was how I got idea about Poor Dad, Rich Dad. I started watching videos on YouTube. Okay, how could I make money? It started from, okay, how could I make money? Then I moved to, okay, how could I boost my confidence? Then I moved to, how could I become this person? How could I become that person? It was That was the way I stumbled upon Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then I went out to buy it. I picked up that book. I read it, and it was life changing. It taught me the basic thing I learned from it was how to manage my finances, and it taught me that I have to make money. I was not making any money then. So what finances was I going to manage when I have nothing on me? So, but one key thing, one chief thing I learned was building my mindset. I experienced a shift. I started seeing making money, building wealth from another perspective. That was the first mindset shift that I would have, that you have this is how to think to become rich. This is what you have to do to become rich. You can't be you can't be you can't be depending your life on salary and be expected to be rich unless you earn that money and you invest it in business and all of those stuff. So I learned the basics of building wealth from Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I learned the basics of building wealth. So when I read that book, I started trying to implement what I learned from the book to my own personal life. Okay, if I start this side also now, this is all I would do. I was trying to map out plans. Though things did not still work out the way I envisaged, I was always mapping out plans. Okay, I've learned this from this book. How can I apply it to my life? I will still try and fail. I tried and failed. It was not working because I was not making money. I was just trying to when I will try to make money from this channel. I'll try to make money from this place. I'll try to make money from that place. And when I make it, this I'll manage. This I'll do it. But it was not easy as planned. It didn't work out the way I planned. Then that spurred me into watching more YouTube videos from all these self-development experts, and it spurred me into reading more books. Then I read How to Increase Your Financial IQ, same one by Robert Kiyosaki. Then I started reading The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump, and How to Get Rich by Donald Trump and another author. It was co-authored. Then I started reading other books, reading variety of books. Then business books too. I started from reading financial literacy book. Then I moved to reading business books. That was when I was reading Zero to One, the Lean Startup, and all of those books. So I moved from reading financial literacy books. So that helped me. That taught me how to manage my money, how to make money and manage my money. But to be candid, I must be sincere. It is not as easy as I planned it. After reading books, I'll just plan, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is how I'll do it. But It doesn't work that way. But trust me, those were the things that built me into who I am today. I'm not yet. I'm not where I'm going to. I'm not where I want to be yet. But trust me, I've come a long way. If I were to be going to 1,000, if 1,000 is where I'm going, then I was at one. Before this period, I was at one, and now I'm certainly at 150, and that is huge. I'm certainly at even 200, and that is huge. From 0 to 200, from 1 to 200, it is huge. And all the things I've learned from learning, from books, from videos, from all other informational materials have built me to where I am today. As I learn, I implement. As I learn, I take actions. I try many times and things failed. I plan many things and they fail. But each failure actually launched me into a better me. Each failure launched me into a better phase. Each failure launched me into breakthrough. So I started reading all of those books. I moved from reading financial literacy books to reading books on businesses. Then I now started reading real self-help books, books to help you build with your mindset. That was when I started reading Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking, all of those books. I've read a lot. I can't believe nowadays, I cannot even remember the last time I picked up a book and read, maybe last month. And it was just like maybe 3 pages a day. Then I would want to finish a book in a day. Then, but now I'm just relaxed about everything. Now I'm doing more of implementation. But trust me, those years built me into where I am today. Everything I learned in those periods built me into where I am today. From even books, I learned to manage my business. From sell like crazy. That was where I learned how to sell, how to position my brand messaging, how to convert offers into sales, and um never feel the difference. Taught me about negotiation, how to negotiate, how to work with people's psychology. Yes, and I've learned a lot, and I watch a whole lot of YouTube videos too, from trying to build my confidence, because trust me, the former me, I always strong. I was always timid. I was always hiding my light under the bushel. I was always keeping quiet. I could not even stand up for myself. I accepted a lot of bullshit. I accepted a lot of, I tolerated a lot of nonsense. And at the same time, I didn't, I didn't value myself as much as I was supposed to value myself. So each book made me better. Each video I watch on YouTube made me better, and I also try to implement everything I learned. And these books too help me build my spiritual life too. So I learned how to really attract what you want. How to really manifest your prayers. You have to learn how to operate from a place of faith instead of fear. You have to learn how to trust God to give you everything that you want, to actually get everything you want. I learned how to be in that state of attracting what I want, of making God give me what I want. So it's been a long journey. My growth journey has been a long journey. Looking back now, I'm still learning. I'm still very much learning. I'm still learning. But trust me, if I had not picked up a book then, or even watched YouTube videos then, okay, how do I get better? I don't think I'll be here today, because this Mariam is far, 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 far from the Mariam of then. I've always been a go-getter. I've always been that person that really dreams big, but I don't really know how to actualize my dreams. I don't really know what to do to actualize my dream. I didn't have the right mindset. I was not taking the right step. I was just trying. I was just hustling. I was just trying to get this, become this person, become that person. I was just wishing in my head, and nothing was forming out. Nothing was gelling. Nothing was forming. But now it's not like things it's not like things are where they're supposed to be yet, but things are working out. Everything that happens now is working for me. It's working for my greatest good. I'm in that space now where I get everything I want. I'm in that space now where I believe that if I want this thing and I don't get it, it does not mean that okay, I'm not going to get it. I'm certainly going to get it. And if I don't get it, that means it is not good for me. Nothing. I'm at that space in my life where I believe that nothing bad can happen to me. Anything that happens to me is for my greatest good. And I wouldn't have been able to get to this point of my life without reading books. I wouldn't have been able to build my confidence. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to grow. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to heal because I had a whole lot of traumas. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to do away, how to block away toxic people from my life. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to enter a room and shine. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to speak. All of those things I've learned over the years have brought me here. All of those things I've learned over the year have are now coming in handy for me. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to take up stages. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to even how to better my connection with my Lord. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to stop being a pick me girl. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to choose myself over and over again. This era, I'm so grateful for it. This era, I'm very, very proud. And I'm so grateful that God directed me to start watching YouTube videos. I'm so grateful that God directed me to start reading books. Because if not for that, I'll still be wallowing in my traumas. I'll still be wallowing in my poor mindset. I'll still be wallowing in my terrible lifestyle. Now, everything I do it for me. Everything I do it for impact. Every step I take it for positivity. I don't do anything to seek validation. I'm at that point in my life where I've always been proud of myself because I've never been a lazy girl. But right now, I'm more proud. I am more proud. I feel old. I'm not where I'm going yet, but at this point of my life, I feel so old. The only thing that is left is making money, to be candid. Manifesting rich life. That is the only thing that is left in my life and getting better. Or I can't say that's the only thing that is left in my life. The first thing is manifesting my rich life. I mean, my rich life is still psychological. I'm in my rich girl era, but it's psychological. I really want it to manifest physically. You know, living la vida large, living life that is large and beautiful and peaceful and soft. Apart from that, I want to get better in my connection with Almighty Allah. I want to get better in my spiritual connection, in my spirituality, my faith. I want to get better in even how I deal with people, in how I do myself, in how I treat myself and how I treat people. And I also want to get better in communication. Yes, I want to get better in communication, and there are still some little toxic trait about me that I know that okay, this is not right, like giving silent treatment, but that is something that I've worked on and I'm getting better at it, and I'm trying to get better at communication too. I'm so proud of myself. These days I communicate better. When you do something, I don't just give you silent treatment. I let you know this is what you did, and at the same time, if what's it called? But if you're the negative type, I know how to deal with you. People that are manipulative, I know how to deal with them. You think you're the one manipulating me? We are both in this game together. I don't manipulate people, but I can sense when you're a manipulator, and I wouldn't even allow that. I wouldn't give room for that. Now I can sense toxic people and I know how to deal with them. And yeah, I need to still get better at a lot of things. But this Mariam, I'm so proud of her. And everything has been grace of God because it has always been divine direction. If Almighty Allah had not put my feet on this path, it wouldn't have been easy for me. I wouldn't have even thought of okay passing that route. So the message for today is the shift you are looking for, the new life you are looking for, the breakthrough you are hoping for may actually lie in that one single book. Pick it up today. It may lie in that one YouTube video. Go and watch today. And one thing I've realized over the years is everything depends on divine grace. Trust me. Because I've sat with a lot of people, when people see when I was in school, how I balanced my academics with other things I do. I balance with it with extracurricular activities, with other projects, with my business. They come to me, how do you do it? I see them that I spent hours with them trying to explain this is how you do it, and I'll just realize nothing is changing. They're not even taking any action. No, don't come to me. How do you do this? How do I do this? How do I go about this? I feel like this. How do I go about it? And I share with them. Okay, this is what you will do. I mean, detailed step-by-step guide that is not even as per to Maguire because I lived through it. But one thing I've realized is if God has not said, okay, this person should pass this route, no one can make it happen. If someone does not feel inspired from within, no matter what you do, they won't feel inspired. I really, really hope divine grace and divine direction meets you today and direct you to do the right thing that will launch you into that great life, into that greater success you are hoping for. And whenever you pray, pray for divine guidance. Whenever you pray, pray for divine direction. Whenever you pray, pray for Almighty God to lead you right, to lead you right, to get to that destination you hope for. Every time I pray, I always pray to Almighty Allah that give me guidance on how to turn the mirror to $1 billion company, $1 billion conglomerate. And these days, I'm so amazed with how much is directing me, how much is because some ideas will just be coming up these days, and I'll be wondering, how did I get this? Then I remember it is His work, it is His grace, because I prayed for it, I asked for it that He should give me divine guidance and lead me through. I know it may take time before we get there, but we are not stopping. So today, I hope this inspires you. I hope this inspire you to start reading books. Some people become rich without reading books. Some people become better persons without having to do journaling, without having to wake up to wake at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and do exercise and all of those things. But really, we are not some people. What all I did were what I needed. If I just say, okay, I wanted to be selling something to people, and I wanted to sell, I would be selling something to people and make money from it. If I had not learned all of those things I have learned, if I had not done all of those things that I did, if I had not built all of those routines that I was living by then, I wouldn't have been able to build the right skill to hold everything I'm building right now. I wouldn't be able to build the right skill to follow through everything I'm building right now. So to everyone's journey is actually very unique. Everyone's journey is very, very unique. Just know what you want for yourself. Decide what are the action plans to get it. Then take actions. Taking actions may be your own action plan may actually fall under reading books, because if you're at that state of your life right now where you have no clarity, I will suggest you take books that can help you on how to gain clarity. And I will suggest you, yes, talking about books that will help you gain clarity. I have a free ebook on Seller. The link is in all my bios, whether on IG, it's not on YouTube, because I have just 20 subscribers now and I can't share external link, but it's in my personal IG, Mariam Adebusola Adiola. It's on my personal IG bio. It's on my growth story unscripted bio, and I have it on some post on. It's on my Facebook too. I have it on some post on TikTok too. On a post on TikTok, and I will try to share the link under this podcast on Spotify too. I hope I'm able to. I will try to share the link too, but you can always find the link on my growth story unscripted bio. Yes, it's a less than 50 pages ebook. It's a 50 page less than 50 page ebook, and it can actually help you move from confusion to clarity. If you are looking for clarity, that book will help you. It will certainly help you. So pick it up. It's on sale and it is ebook. You can always read it within 1 or 2 or 3 days. But at the same time, it's a detailed it has step by step actions that you may have to take up each action in a day for the next 10 or 14 days. So that is there for that. So back to my discussion. If you are at the state of your life right now where you feel confused and you don't know what you're doing, you might need to just take books that will help you gain clarity. And you might need to go on YouTube and start watching videos that will help you take clarity. All these experts will tell you this is what you should do, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. At this point of your life, try everything. I will tell you to try everything. If they tell you that wake at 6 a.m., wake. If they tell you to wake at 12 a.m., wake. If they tell you to do exercises, if they tell you that okay, it is 9 a.m. that you should wake, wake. If they tell you that okay, you should not even do exercise, do everything that you hear. At this point of your life, if you're still in your late teens or your early 20s or even your mid 20s, at this point of your life, everything you see, do it. Everything they tell you to do, do it. You will now decide which one works for you, which one does not. You decide yourself which works, which doesn't work. Then by the time you try it for like 2 3 years 4 years, you will know which way. One thing you need is intentionality and knowing what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, if you know where you're going, and you hold steadfast to your God, to your faith, everything will fall in place. So my intentional girl is, I hope this inspire you. Ciao ciao.